see machismo cultures kind of grow up in cultures that had 100, 150, 200 years of oppression.
The Soapbox PH.
And also you have cultures that were conquering cultures. They were very over the top. So, when you have that colonialism going on, you have a highly aggressive government and people moving into a community and demanding changes to the culture, demanding whatever they demand, which is unique to each colonialism. But the reality is that the culture that is aggressive and punitive and over-controlling becomes attractive to the oppressed people. And it even changes how they see beauty. It sees, I've been all over the world. And what I think is really interesting is those countries that were colonized by Europeans, and I'm going to include Spain and the Mediterranean in that, seem to have this idea that white is somehow better. And that's insane. There's only a little bit of difference in melanin in the skin, but they were the conquerors, and people did not like feeling disempowered, and it became kind of a cultural thing to want to emulate the person that has power. And so you see a lot of that as well. So then there are just layers and layers and layers of things that happen in cultures to begin to create increasing levels of toxic stress. And then if you live in a culture that, when you think about it, all of the ways that we connect and not connect exacerbate that. Somebody was telling me the other day, well, I don't understand why everything seems to be going worse. And I said, well, part of that is you get more of what you focus on. And every news show you watch, what's it focus on? Every conversation with people in a coffee shop, what does it focus on? You don't see a lot of people getting together and talking about or celebrating, hey, did you notice that Joe was in the paper for, this wonderful thing that he did? No, you don't ever see that because it doesn't sell. What societies have ended up doing that actually create a lot of stress is they use dysregulation as their primary marketing approach and their primary attract, because of the way the brain and the nervous system are wired or survival oriented. We tend to have a natural negativity bias, and we will remember the negative many times faster and longer than we will any positive.
Is there also a biological explanation for that?
If your body is being changed before you're born, and then we ramp it up when you get here, and you grow up in that kind of stress, and you have a child, your child is going to be born with a greater mass and volume in those areas tied to reactivity. So what you end up with is a lot of times a really overdeveloped response system, a protective system, and an underdeveloped system that would allow you to function better, think more clearly, and problem solve more efficiently.